Hello, hello, and good evening. It is Wednesday, March 14th, 2018, and it is time for the Fertility Family Live. My name is Kania Kennedy, and I am the founder of the Fertility Family and your hostess for this evening. I'm super excited as we are here to make a difference for you and in your life on your journey to having a happy, healthy pregnancy and birth and baby. A little bit about me. I'm 41. I'll be 42, however, on Friday. So I'm 42 years old. I'm single, never been married, and I have yet to have the pleasure of becoming a mother biologically. And I am on the journey to parenthood and a little bit unconventionally, if you can imagine. As I said, single, no kids, but I am clear that being a mom is one of those things that I am looking to have my life be complete and fulfill on what it is that's important to me. And so that means that I have to be willing. I have to be willing to look at things a little bit differently. And I just want to make sure that I'm broadcasting correctly. So guys, give me a second here. Okay, great. Yeah. So I always have to just check and make sure everything is working well, and it looked a little bit shady. So I'm going to start all over again. That's going to get edited out. So, hi, this is Kania Kennedy, and welcome to the Fertility Family Live. Today is Wednesday, March 14th, 2018, and I'm your hostess for the day. I have a wonderful, wonderful presentation for you guys today. Our featured guest is Dr. Hugh Jenkins, who has over 20 years experience in naturopathic medicine. And specifically, he's helped many, many families and many couples bring forth life in the face of sometimes challenging circumstances when people say it wasn't possible. And one of the best things about the fertility family is the ability to make a difference for people. A little bit about me. I'm 41, I'll be 42 Friday, so 42 years young. I am single and I have yet to become a mom. And I'm clear that being a mother is on the list of things that will make my life complete and why I think I'm on the planet. And while I have taken care of many children, and I actually do plan to adopt, because many people have asked me about that, biologically continuing my family's legacy is something that I'm called to do. And taking an unconventional path. Now, I don't know if I have any fertility challenges, and I like to make sure that I communicate that to people, particularly people who are considering joining the family. However, just age alone was a consideration when I began the journey, when I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. And then there's this whole conversation, right, about age. I went to the doctor, got my checkup, and they were like, you look like you're good to go. I mean, there's whatever considerations, but there's no reason to really have concern. And so that, of course, made me feel great. And as I began the journey, I became aware of so many other women who have some of the same concerns, particularly women in my age range who may have done the career thing, have yet to find their beloved, and so therefore have yet to do the children thing, but are at a point in life where they're like, there's definitely an expiration date on when our wombs will normally allow us to conceive. And so we're looking at some alternative choices. And so that's how the fertility family was born. The spirit moved me to say, you know what, share your journey and make some resources available to other women and couples who could be in the same space. So I'm going to share a little bit about what the fertility family is, and then we'll have our special guest. We're going to do an awesome presentation on like the top 2 things that are keeping people from being able to conceive, and then how you can solve them naturally. The other replays of the Fertility Family Lives currently are available. We're in our launch phase. We want you to know we have really great content and that our experts know what they're talking about. And we do have a private membership group. So that group is for paid members of the family only. It's really easy to join, particularly like right now, it's $1 down and $10 a month. You can't beat that. And so if you're interested in getting into the group where you'll be able to ask questions of our experts and get even more information, then I invite you to join the family. I'm going to share a little bit about, again, what's been going on. Got some great new developments, and then we'll get into our presentation. All right, so Fertility Family. Woo-hoo. All right, so again, Fertility Family Live is on and popping. I'm your hostess, like I said, Kania Kennedy, founder of the Fertility Family. That's what I'm looking for. a little bit about the organization in general and what we're up to. So the Fertility Family, like I said, here to provide natural and affordable solutions for fertility challenges. We're here to support our mature and first-time mommies and families who, again, may have some concerns about, can we do this and what is it going to take? So information and support. Preconception planning. Even if you're someone who doesn't fall into either of those categories, but you want to have a baby, and you're more the proactive type, and you're like, I know I'm going to do this, and I want to make sure that I'm prepared. And so you're doing some preconception planning, Fertility Families for you. And we're providing live Q&A. So with these live events, if you are in the family, if you want to be here live with us and type in questions, or you want to send in questions specifically for our experts, they were more than happy. They're more than happy to provide some answers. And they can also get more answers inside the group. And for people who, like me, maybe on a non-traditional path to motherhood and got some concerns and questions, we're providing support for that. So very supportive organization. As you see up at the top, we have got our pregnancy timeline. So this is a document that I've been working on, Spirit put in my mind, that there are lots of things to consider when having a baby. And we don't always get trained on that. And so this timeline takes you all the way out from a year before you try to conceive until about 3 months after the baby is born. And it is looking at everything that you want to take into account. It has been contributed to by all of our experts, as well as, researching things online and speaking with other people who've had babies. So really comprehensive document. And this is something that's available to our members. And so it's super excited that it's available to you. So our pregnancy timeline from a year out to past 3 months. And that's an example of the kind of support we have, really practical tools. Then some things that have just launched into the group in the past couple of weeks, this past week since our last live session, are foods that make you fertile. Yes, so I put this together because I believe in a holistic approach to wellness. I'm a holistic wellness practitioner. And what that means is I focus particularly on how to be well. And that's mind, body, and spirit. In addition to being a holistic wellness practitioner, I'm an ordained minister. And so I definitely know that there's a spiritual side to this. I'm a certified professional coach. And we know that there's a mental side to this. So we look at it from all these different perspectives. And I'm a health and wellness coach. And into that, we know that food has a huge impact on your body. And so this is about foods that make you fertile. This just dropped in the group this week. And inside of that, we look at, for ladies, we look at it through your entire cycle. So our body has different needs and different functions, of course, based on what's happening. If we're not ovulating, the likelihood that we're going to get pregnant is not going to happen. But then there are also foods that you can eat to make your body much more receptive to that egg latching on. And so it ties in perfectly with today's presentation. And again, the whole mission of Fertility Family. And so that document is available in the Fertility Family files area. So that's super exciting. And then this is a great resource that's an ongoing document. As I said, I'm a non-traditional person in terms of my pathway to parenthood. And so I'm putting together resources for those of us who are solo parenting and we're using a sperm donor for any reason. Infertility is a challenge that's not just for women, unfortunately, there's sometimes one of the issues is that some of our gentlemen aren't able to produce sperm. And so a couple may end up using a donor. And you may be a same-sex couple or, lesbian couple who needs a donor. You might be someone like me who doesn't have a partner. And so since I don't have a honey, he can't contribute any sperm for me. But there could be many reasons why you're looking at donor sperm. And whatever the reason, we've got some resources for you. And so that is one of those documents that as I'm moving along, like along that pregnancy timeline that I put together, as I find out more information, that document will continue to grow and expand, but it is available. And this is the other thing, welcome information, but these are some of the things that are available that just dropped. And then this one is, I'm super excited about it. This is our holistic feminine health starter kit. I am super excited because it allows us to, this is one of those things that I tell you helps you be able to increase the likelihood that you're going to conceive and carry a healthy baby. But for my women who aren't even looking to conceive, this is one of those things that can help you have a more happy period. And so the holistic feminine health starter kit is available in the Fertility Family. What's included? Well, you'll see these herbs here at the top are just some of the herbs that your body will have the pleasure of enjoying inside of the holistic feminine health starter kit. And these different herbs have wonderful benefits to the body. And so that's all outlined here. And so where how you get the herbs, one, these herbal healing pads. So these are sanitary napkins, and these sanitary napkins are infused with essential oils and plant essences. And so therefore they're really good for you. The Female Comfort Herbal Blend, again, has a blend of herbs specifically designed to support the reproductive system for women. I can tell you personally that since I added these two things into my wellness regimen, like use the herbal pads and I'm taking my Female Comfort, my cycle length has decreased, one, and any of the PMS symptoms that I might have experienced, like breast tenderness, any kind of cramping, mood swings, the period pimples, like all that stuff that will be happening, you guys, I don't experience them anymore. I don't need any sort of painkiller. We do have a Female Comfort formula that has Lobelia, which is a natural painkiller. But what I'm telling you is that totally has got me back to how my cycles were when I was a little kid, when I was a young bunny, where it was 3 days and out, no cramps, and boom, boom, boom. So that feminine health starter kit, the changes essential oil blends for women who may be experiencing some severe PMS symptoms and who want some relief immediately. Essential oils are very powerful plant medicine because it impacts you immediately. So you don't have to wait. And it gets into your body system within about 10 seconds, and you begin to immediately feel benefits. So herbs sometimes can take 30 to 60 days to get through your whole system because they have to be absorbed and broken down and whatnot, whereas essential oils have a huge impact. And then finally, that prenatal vitamin. Every woman who has a cycle, whether she's trying to conceive or not, we recommend that you take on a prenatal vitamin because it is specifically designed to nourish a woman's body. And so that's our holistic feminine health starter kit. It is awesome. There's a modification. You go to the website, just my adivamedicinewoman.com site. You'll see that we have a modification for pregnancy, and there's also a modification for menopause, because those are things are a little bit different. But either way, what I can promise you is that you'll have a happy, healthy honeypot if you're taking advantage of the Feminine Health Starter Kit. And so those are some of the new developments inside of the Fertility Family since the last week. So some great information and great resources are available to you inside of the Fertility Fam. All right. And so we're going to get into the meat of today's broadcast, which of course is a presentation from Dr. Hugh Jenkins. And he's going to talk about, I guess at the top. Oh, let me tell you a little bit about our guest. Okay, so Dr. Hugh Jenkins. I have known Dr. Jenkins for about he's saying he's having some trouble getting into our broadcast. I'm not sure what's going on. This happened to me the other day with one of my other presentations, so it's interesting. All right, so a little bit about Dr. Jenkins. I'm gonna work this out. I'm just not clear. Ah, here he is. I see he's just popped in. All right, great, 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 great. All right, Dr. Jenkins, you're still on, you're still paused, so give me a second. I'm just introducing you to the family real quick. Just giving you a quick introduction. So Dr. Jenkins, he has been in the health and wellness industry for a while. Like I said, I've known him for over 10 years now. He has worked with many couples and many people to help them overcome fertility challenges and have good health in general. He brings a holistic approach to wellness, mind, body, spirit. His presentation last month, in fact, was on the power of fasting and prayer in terms of conceiving and carrying a healthy baby. So what we understand as holistic wellness practitioners and naturopathic doctors is that there's not necessarily a magic pill you can take, but there's certainly some things you can do that will make a difference. But doing a bunch of stuff without having the right holistic approach sometimes doesn't get the job done. So I'm super excited to have Dr. Jenkins with us today. I'm going to bring him into the presentation so that you get a chance to experience him as well. Dr. Jenkins, how are you?
Fantastic, fantastic. It's good to be here and to share my knowledge with the future mamas and daddies and present ones too that want to have yeah, you know, if they had any challenges, go from there. Are we getting feedback?
I'm good. I know, I hear you.
Oh, okay, good, good, good. Okay, well, let me get going with my presentation since we're running a little late. And I wanted to share this information with people so we can get her done. Okay. Excuse me. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the 2 steps on the path to a positive pregnancy. Introducing myself again as a Sharon.
Are you? Is this a slideshow for us today? Because you're not live. You got to do your screen share.
Oh, that might help, wouldn't it? Okay. Okay, dokie. Let me put this down. Screen sharing. Okay. Okay, you got to tell me how to do this. I'm still kind of old school.
That's okay. So, on your screen, you're gonna take your. So, you guys, I also do some tech consulting, so it's all great. You're gonna take your cursor over to the left-hand side of your screen, and you're gonna see of the Google Hangout screen.
Yeah.
Right, and then you're gonna see with the sidebar comes out, and you want to click the little green screen with the arrow. That's your screen share icon.
I see it right now, and it popped up saying screen share. Okay.
Awesome.
Okay, so you got it now?
So now you've got to select wherever your presentation, where is it your presentation, is it live on the laptop?
Yes,
Because we still see your face.
Oh.
Or I still see your face.
Okay, so I got entire screen, so I should application window?
Well, you said entire screen, and then you've got to hit the go. So then it's going to switch over.
That might help. Okay.
Boom. Okay, so now we see your screen in like screen. So I need you to go back into your presentation.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to pull your presentation back up now. All right. There we go. We're live.
Okay. All right. All right. For the people that saw me last time, I'm just going to give you a brief synopsis of me. I'm a naturopathic doctor from National College of Naturopathic Medicine, chiropractic doctor from National University of Health Sciences, biological trained assessment clinician from Arizona, and advanced training in acupuncture and TCM, which is traditional Chinese medicine from Midwest Center of Oriental Medicine. Okay, one prayer that I like to give to people to get us both in tune with the Almighty God is a doctor's prayer. Lord, as I treat my patients, help me to be wise. Let me see their problems through your discerning eyes. Guide me, Lord, and use me in everything I do, for you're the great physician, and I long to be like you. Okay, now what we're going to be talking about is the 2 steps of path to a positive pregnancy. We're going to talk about dehydration and what can cause it. You know, what does it mean? it's when you lose more water than you take in, and most people don't drink enough water. It makes it harder for your body to do the basic jobs like keeping your body temperature. You can be too hot or too cold, clearing the waste out your body. So many people are constipated. You lose water when you're sweating, in your tears, and every time you go to the bathroom, and even breathing, it takes a lot out of you. A lot of people don't know that on a normal day that you can exhale a pint of water through your lungs. If you're exercising, if you're speaking like I'm doing now, if you're doing a lot of things where you're breathing a lot, you can lose up to a half a gallon of water through your lungs. And most people are not taking enough to replenish just their lungs. That's why you can have a dry voice. How lack of water can affect you. More than half your body weight comes from water. In fact, it's 75% of the body is water. So if your levels are off, it can slow up in a surprising number of ways. Mild dehydration can make you feel tired, and that's the number one symptom of dehydration. Give you a headache because the toxins are recycling in the body instead of being out. Affect your mood and focus. You can go into a state of depression because you're dehydrated. You can't think properly, brain fog, okay? And when you push yourself hard at the gym, all that sweating actually lowers how much blood you have for a bit. Besides going to the gym, one person I know, he said that he likes to hike, and in a 2-hour hike, he can sweat up to a gallon of water, just sweating. So he has to replenish that. The thirst is a sign of your dehydration, yes, but no need to panic. Most of the time when you are thirsty, you're already in a state of dehydration. By the time you get there, you're already in a little dehydration. As long as you pay attention and snag a drink when your body tells you, it's not a problem. For older adults, the lag might be a little longer, so it might help to make a habit of drinking water. Put a schedule. Sometimes we tell people that you need to drink a lot of water to rehydrate your body. Who is likely to happen to? You can lose over a gallon of water a day if you have diarrhea, throwing up, and this is the cold and flu season. Babies and kids are more likely than adults to get dehydrated because they're smaller, that smaller body, and they're losing more of it. The little kids are active. Down here in Texas, the weather is nice, so people are out more so. Older adults need to be on the lookout because their sense of thirst gets dull with age, just like a lot of the body functions do, the kidney diseases. And it's interesting with kidney diseases, these doctors will tell you, okay, well, you need to be on dialysis, blah, blah, this and the other, you're retaining too much fluid. So don't drink no more than 32 ounces of fluid a day. Now, from what I said earlier, if you're not drinking enough, your lungs are going to be dehydrated and they're preventing you from drinking. You got other health conditions to make your body get parched. Pregnancy and breastfeeding, women need to drink more than usual. You are not just feeding for 2, you are drinking for 2. And the breastfeeding, the breast is, blood, the breast milk is modified blood, and the blood is 98% water. You don't drink enough water, your baby's going to be sucking on sand. Symptoms in young children, babies, and young kids can't always tell you what's going on with their body. Look at their dry tongue, no tears when they cry, no wet diaper for 3 hours, and more fussiness than ever. Just like us, we get irritated. We can tell them, but when the babies haven't got to the level that they're talking, they can do that. And our children, our young kids in grade school, middle school, and high school are more irritated, and they need to get more water. Okay, when it's more severe, their mouth will be dry and sticky, and their eyes and cheeks look sunken. They also breathe faster and have a faint or weak pulse. So if babies and kids get it, then also the internal child can get it. Symptom in older adults and older kids and adults, you might be thirsty, your mouth might feel dry and sticky. You won't urinate, piss very often, under 4 times a day. You need to do a minimum of 4 times a day. And then the thing about it, if you up in age and you're having prostate issues and you're drinking a lot, you know, or urine incontinence in women, then you need to replenish that. When you do go, there must be there might not be much urine or pee. It'll be dark and have a strong smell. You want it to be clear. You know, like the water you take in should be like the urine comes out, the same color. You can feel dizzy or lightheaded. You may pass out even. And the first thing when they see, when you go to the hospital, they're going to push fluids. It might get worse. Your thirst cracks up. Your breathe and heart rate may be faster than normal. You can be overheated and you might get confused or cranky, like I talked about, irritable. And should you drink 8 glasses a day? That old rule has zero science behind it, but it's fine for a rough guide. The amount you need to drink depends on how active you are, where you live, your overall health. If you're not sure you're drinking enough, check the color of your urine, your pee. Clear or pale yellow means you're all set. Darker means you need to drink. The new sort of formula for how much you need to drink is you need to take half your body weight in ounces. But so if you're a 200-pound person, you need to drink a minimum of 100 ounces of water. Not tea, not pop, not alcohol, not coffee. The body is not 75% coffee. The body is 75% water, so you need to replenish it with water. It's just like, for example, a car. If you have a sedan and you have an 18-wheeler, which one needs more fuel? The 18-wheeler. So if a woman is pregnant, you know, just with a single fetus, she needs her half her body weight plus more because the baby is swimming in amniotic fluid, which is predominantly water. If you don't do that, that baby can be having some issues. What about electrolytes? They're just basic salts like potassium, sodium, and calcium, but they have a hand in everything and how your nerves work to building healthy bones. Your electrolyte levels are closely tied to how much water is in your body. That means that if you lose a lot of fluid, you'll feel thirsty and piss less, and your body tries to get your electrolytes back into balance. Your pH will be out of balance. You won't be able to think, function. Because, for example, electricity will go through water faster than it'll go through air. And you have nerve impulses in your brain. So, and the brain it's 50% fat, but it needs 80% of it is water. So it is a sponge. If it is dried out, it's not going to work just like a regular sponge. And do you need those sports drinks? Almost never. These blends of water, salts, and sugars are made for high-level athletes like marathon runners and your Olympic athletes. Most of us don't need anything more than water, just plain water during exercise. You only have to work harder to burn off the extra calories, which is usually the junk in there. If you do intensive training for more than an hour, then you make sure then that makes sense. But you still need more water than you need anything else. Oral rehydration fluids. Instead of using these special mixes of salts and sugars to rehydrate the body, which is related to high blood pressure, the salts, and diabetes, the sugar, and we have an epidemic of those two diseases, use a convenient energy and fitness drink, which includes calcium, magnesium, sodium, potassium, and other vital nutrients lost during exercise, stress, exertion, dehydration, and malnutrition. Electrolytes are essential for hydration, nerves, and muscle function in the proper pH, like I said before. And the body needs these. A woman is losing a lot of these nutrients. And like I said, she's feeding for 2, she's drinking for 2, and her nutrients are needed for 2. When to call a doctor? When you see symptoms of severe dehydration, call your doctor right away. It can hit kids quickly, it can hit adults quickly, and pregnant women, it can do the same thing. Okay, so if you're having diarrhea, for more than 24 hours. The morning sickness, that first trimester, and some women have morning sickness all throughout the pregnancy. So they need to push the fluids. Feeling dizzy, confused, or faint. And I know one teacher, and she's been feeling a little dizziness, and she's in her second trimester. She says she drinks a lot of fluids, but a lot of times they put more ice in their bottle or whatever, then they put the water in there. So they have like a bottle full of ice, and if you take the ice out of there, they're only about a third or fourth a bottle of water. Okay, keep the fluid down, no energy, fast heartbeat and breathing, and you black or bloody stool, poop. Emergency treatment, water levels get too low and you can't tackle dehydration on your own, you need to be treated at a hospital. The idea is the same, to get fluid in and to get your body back to balance. Doctors will give you a treatment through the vein called an IV because it's the water. They push water. The medical doctors will do it. We will do it. Everybody do it. The first thing, if a person is dehydration, that is one of the #1 causes of dis-ease, is to push that fluid. You know, if you're starting to see a person's being dehydrated, give them something to drink. And you don't have to have them guzzle it down, just to sip it a little bit. And if we're doing, like I was saying, that the person needs more fluids in their body, and they say, I can't drink half my body weight in ounces. Well, what we're doing, since you're only drinking maybe 4 glasses a day, is if you take 4 ounces at a time, every hour, you know, and we don't expect you to change overnight. We expect you to do it much better, and you will, things will get much better. And you drink too much fluid. Yes, but it's not very likely. When you drink more than your kidneys can handle, and that's a lot, you end up with a condition called hyponatremia, which is too much, the sodium in the system is deficient. This is when your sodium levels get very low, causing your cells to swell up, and it can be deadly, but very, very rare. This only happens to people when compete in long distance races like marathons and ultra marathons, which are 50-mile races, or triathlons. So the average person is not going to overdrink that. The average person is not drinking enough fluid. Tips for staying dehydrated. If you just set a reminder on your phone. A lot of us have these smartphones that we can set an alarm for so many minutes, you know, a half an hour, 15 minutes, an hour, you know, and do that. It helps to build into you, put it into, schedule your health activities into your day. People will schedule their work into the day. Make water your go-to drink. Not coffee, not pop, not alcohol, not regular beverage tea, but H2O, good pure water, and ideally purified water and or alkaline water. Tip a glass at or between each meal. Take a glass between each meal. Set a reminder on your phone. Like I said, some people find that carrying a bottle of water does the trick. And if you're hankering for a snack, have water instead. Sometimes your body confuses thirst for hunger. So the average person says, I'm hungry. And if you drink water, that will satisfy, because more people are more thirsty, dehydrated than they are hungry. Now we're going to get into minerals. Minerals, we talked about the last time I was on. I talked about a hair analysis, which I am going to give a ongoing special for our Fertility Family members. So all you have to do is, when you call my office or get in contact with me, if you say that you're from the Fertility Family, we'll give you a 15% discount. But ionic minerals is a liquid mineral that provides 70 trace minerals, and they really absorb it in the system. Liquid minerals get into the system 8 to 10 times faster than tablets. The effect of trace minerals on humans' well-being is enormous. Certain trace minerals are considered essential in small amounts to maintain health and ensure proper function of the body. They also play specific roles as antioxidant activities, cellular function, enzyme activation, hormone regulation, metabolism, healthy pregnancy, and lactation. Minerals. Minerals are more important than vitamins. The body can produce some vitamins, but no minerals whatsoever. And if you want to have a healthy pregnancy and a healthy baby, and of course, a healthy lactating breastfeeding, the minerals are essential. Over the past 60 years, the quality of food grown in the U.S. has suffered to the point the level of trace minerals in these foods has severely depleted. Thus, trace mineral deficiencies can occur even in the presence of a seemingly healthy diet. So a lot of people think, oh, I'll get rid of junk food, this and the other, I'll eat healthier, but it starts from the soil. If the soil is depleted, the food that you're eating is depleted. Okay, trace mineral deficiencies can occur due to decrease in impaired absorption. If you have a leaky gut, if you have irritable bowel syndrome, any digestive problems, you're not going to absorb your nutrients. And a lot of people will take them in and wondering why it's not getting the benefit that they want. Magnesium, very common deficiency. In a deficiency in this nutrient can cause hypertension, preeclampsia, a condition and hypertension occurring in pregnant women, accompanied by edema, which is fluid retention. Their feet will swell up and possibly their hands. Proteinuria, which is protein in the urine in pregnant women. A 2003 study involved 63 middle to upper income pregnant women, which means they had the money, confirmed that these participants' intake of magnesium was suboptimal. They had the money to get the nutrients, but because either they were not educated by their doctor, excuse me, or they just didn't take them, feeling that, oh, I can eat the average American diet, which is sad, then they're in a deficient state. Vitamin B6 is critical to normal function for over 60 essential enzymes. B6 is also necessary for the production of nucleic acid, your RNA and your DNA. Protein is the building blocks of the body. You're building a new body, you're being pregnant. Red blood cells, immune cells, and neurotransmitters. The fastest thing growing in that baby's body is the brain and the nervous system. Insufficient B6 can cause anemia, and that's common excuse me, in pregnancy. So we need to drink a lot of, ideally, green fluids, healthy green fluids. Eat a lot of green foods too. Neural disorders and skin problem. Women are especially prone to B6 deficiency, especially when taking oral contraceptive, the birth control pill, when pregnant, and when suffering from PMS. And also as we go into menopause, which this is not what we're concerned with, because if you're in menopause, you're not going to consider having a baby, or those days are over. Vitamin B6 deficiency continues through late pregnancy, can cause a stillbirth or post-delivery infant mortality. So you need to take the B6 and all the vitamins all throughout the pregnancy, and also when you're lactating, you're breastfeeding. Infant born to women are B6 deficient can suffer convulsions. The baby's deficient and they're coming out, and instead of the doctor giving them medication for that, they should be given them a multiple vitamin with B6 in it. Studies show B6 retention is higher in pregnant women than non-pregnant women. Thus, supplementation may be necessary to ensure unborn child receive an adequate supply. You got to supply yourself, and you got to supply that baby. And a lot of your multiple vitamins do not have enough to do that. A super multiple vitamin and mineral needed for the body, which includes vitamin A, vitamin C, B3, E, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, B6, folic acid, B12, biotin, pantothenic acid, calcium, iron, phosphorus, iodine, magnesium, zinc, selenium, copper, manganese, chromium, potassium, inositol, PABA, lutein, and an antioxidant fruit blend. Natural, healthy vitamins. If you get a multiple vitamin from your doctor who writes out a prescription, you get it from a pharmacist, this is not, that's a chemical. That is not a healthy, natural vitamin. You need something that is natural, that God provides, because there's nothing better than God's medicine, his food. Food is medicine. Reason to supplement with enzymes. Enzymes make all things happen quickly. The building blocks of life, nothing in life functions without enzymes. We have over 33,000 enzyme reactions in our body. And if they're deficient, it's not going to work properly. As you increase in age from 20 and above, there's a decrease in enzymes, hormones, and other bodily fluids. So it's very, very important. And the fact, vitamins don't work without minerals, minerals don't work without vitamins, and neither works without enzymes. Supplementing enzymes makes all supplements work faster and better. I've had people that have come to me throughout the years and showed me all the supplements they had, or told me about all the supplements that they were taking, and the majority of people did not take the enzymes. And you can take vitamins and minerals, and without enzymes, you'll absorb maybe 10, 20%. So the rest of it is wasted. But with enzymes, since the vitamins and minerals need those enzymes for them to be broken down, absorbed into the system, then you can absorb up to 80%. Okay. And ideally, if you got to get this microbiome working better so that they'll get absorbed into the system. Okie dokie. All right. So like I was saying, having that special for the hair analysis, and for anybody that wants to get a hair analysis, because when, let me go to the last one.
Dr. Jenkins?
Yes.
your, your slide show has stopped. We're seeing your PowerPoint. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what I did is that I sort of went fast through it because I was, behind schedule,
Okay.
So I figured I was probably speaking real fast. And usually I don't do that in presentation, but that's the thing. But like the hair analysis I talked about before, through the hair, we can find out if you got heavy metals in the system, which I talked about before, from aluminum to arsenic to lead, and many other ones, about 15 to 20 different heavy metals. And it also can let us know about mineral deficiencies. And then the minerals, if they're deficient, for example, if they're outside of this green, then you're in a deficient state. And this is an example of somebody is in a state of malabsorption leading to malnutrition. And when the minerals are deficient, then vitamins are deficient. Like it says here, vitamins don't work without minerals, and minerals don't work without vitamins. So the special that I have between now and all through, if anybody, calls or is interested in a hair analysis, it's usually valued at $130, and we'll get a 15% discount on that. Just announce that you heard about it on my presentation on the Fertility Family.
Awesome. Are you complete now?
Yes, I'm complete now.
Wow, you got through that fast. All right, can we see you?
I guess that we can do that. All right.
I've got a couple of questions for you.
Okay.
All righty. So you gotta hit stop screen share.
Okay. Stop screen share. I must not have hit the right button.
Okay. At the top, it'll say stop presenting.
Okay, I'm trying to get over to the screen share, chat. Okay.
At the top of your screen, there should be a button that should allow you, because right now we're still seeing your desktop.
Chat. Okay.
So hit the screen. So you see the chat to the left. Just
Yeah.
hit the screen share button again.
Oops. Now it doesn't want to open up. Okay, there it is. Screen share.
And we should see something that gives you the option to stop.
Oops. Okay. There we go.
Yes, wonderful. Hello, we can see you again.
Thank you. Thank you, Techno Diva.
Yeah, I do what I can. I do what I can. All righty. Okay. So, all right. So thank you so much. One of the things that we know happens inside the fertility family, or with sometimes people who are having trouble, it's not just conceiving, it can also be carrying to term. So sometimes when people have gone through some of these fertility treatments, they get pregnant, but then they don't stay pregnant. And a miscarriage is such a heartbreaking experience, because your hopes are up. And I know a lot of times, as I was working on this pregnancy timeline, they're like, you don't necessarily share. And just knowing this, you're having many friends who've had babies over the years, right? They don't really tell until after the first trimester, the first 12 weeks, because anything can happen. And if I'm hearing correctly from the presentation, one of the things that could be in the way of someone carrying to full term could be dehydration and malnutrition. Is that true? I mean, do you think that that's at the source of some of these miscarriages?
Yes, the first slide on dehydration, did you see the ground look cracked? Okay, that picture is a very good visual, because that's just like if you don't have enough water to grow a field, and you put that in there, those seeds are not going to grow. So you don't water the field, then even if they start to grow, those plants are going to die. And so the same thing happens in the body. If the woman doesn't drink enough fluids to keep that baby being thrive, because she can take all the prenatal vitamins she wants to, multiple vitamins, the super vitamins, whatever. And if she doesn't drink enough water to get into her system, be absorbed through the digestive system to get through the placenta to the baby, then the baby won't be able to thrive. And it, stillborn, it can die in the womb, or it can die in delivery, because it's dying of thirst.
Okay. And then, so you were saying that sometimes you could be taking vitamins and doing all this stuff. Like I feel with me personally, I've been on this wellness journey for a minute, and I'm like, I'm taking the stuff, and I'm like, I'm doing it. Even I'm drinking water, like, and I just wasn't seeing the effects, and it was a bit, for me, it was very frustrating. And then one of those breakthroughs was one, trying liquid vitamins as opposed to capsules, and then two, bringing in the enzymes. So kind of like the question for me here is, because I want to make sure, was I hearing you correctly? Like, if you may be having some trouble absorption wise, are you saying that the liquid vitamin might be a better choice than taking capsules or something, if you're having some absorption issues due to something like leaky gut? Did I hear correctly?
Yes, a liquid vitamin gets in the system 8 to 10 times faster than a tablet. Now, some people don't like the taste of the liquid vitamin. So what you can do is you can get a pill crusher and crush that vitamin in there, put it in a smoothie, or put it in a bottle of water or a glass of water and let it soak overnight, and it'll break down. And so a lot of these vitamins on the market are so hard. If they don't break down in water, if you keep them overnight, they won't break down in the body.
So you could be taking it and it's just going right on out through the tutor, huh?
Exactly. And I knew somebody that what was it? They were taking multiple vitamins, and they were noticing these tablets in the toilet, and they were, it was their job toilet, and they would come every day and notice the tablets. And then they said one day they counted the tablets, they did their business, and there was one additional tablet, and they realized it was them. they were not absorbing the nutrients. So I said, okay, let's get you on enzymes, because the vitamins and minerals, you can take them all the time. And most doctors are going to prescribe prenatal vitamins to the women, but they're not going to prescribe enzymes, to break that stuff down. And it's very important. And you can do it in a little experiment with enzymes. You can have 2 bowls of oatmeal, and you can have put enzymes in one of them and just leave the other one there. And you can notice in a short period of time that oatmeal starts to dissolve, to break up. You see, so that's what's happening in the body. The enzymes are very important. That's why I made that the last slide, because enzymes are needed for vitamins and minerals. Vitamins don't work without minerals, and minerals don't work without vitamins, and neither one of them don't work without enzymes. Very, very important. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you so much. So it's like 2 simple things: dehydration and malnourishment could be standing in the way of conceiving and carrying to full term. And
Exactly.
the easiest way for us to resolve them, A, drink more water. That's like on the dehydration level, but it seems like the malnourished could be a little more complex. If someone wanted to talk with you to get a consult, what's the best way for them to reach you?
They can call me on my number. It's 708-424-0233. That's 708-424-0233.
All right, cool. Is there anything else you'd like to share before we complete today?
Well, let's see. One thing that is important is that you have to realize that, well, besides, I just talked about 2 causes of disease, and there's multiple causes of disease. I've done presentations in the past on the 8 causes of disease. And I think I'll probably make this a series, add more causes of diseases, because, you can be taking in the vitamins, minerals, but if you have a toxic system, then they're not going to be absorbed in there. The baby won't survive in a toxic system either. It's just like having a toxic field, and those seeds are not going to survive. So we'll get this together so we can educate the women, and the men too, because it's not only the women that have the problem with infertility, what I talked about last time on Valentine's Day, Lover's Day, and so very important that we get both of them together on the same page, doing the same thing, so that they can have a healthy baby.
That actually brings a question to mind. So if a man is dehydrated, what's kind of the impact as it relates to his sperm and whatnot? If he's dehydrated or malnourished, how does that impact a man?
Okay, it impacts man the same way, because what happens, he cannot have if he's dehydrated, he's not going to have a good amount of fluid in the ejaculation. He's not going to have the fluid thin enough for the sperm to be able to swim upstream to get to the egg. So they won't be mobile because they're swimming in sludge instead of in good clear water. So that's very important too. And it's just like anything. It's just like your joints. Your joints need water for them to function. If you don't have water, since the body is 75% water, and different areas of the body are higher and lower, then it's very important. For example, if a man is having a problem with high blood pressure and his coronary artery is blocked out, is blocked, then other arteries in the body are blocked too, and the blood vessels in the penis are as small as the blood vessel in the heart. So he will have problems with impotency, with erectile dysfunction, with insufficient sperm count, because he is in a state of dehydration. So that's why it's important for them to both make it a point to drink their water. And ideally, the first thing in the morning, you should have a bottle of water, a glass of water at your bedstand. So as soon as you wake up, drink it, get it down to hydrate those cells, because you've lost water in breathing when you were sleeping. Very important.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time and such wonderful information. I look forward to getting my hair analysis. Woo!
Okay, well, let's get her done. We'll get that done for you, okay?
All righty. All right. So we'll see you again in a month.
Okay.
And we'll look for you inside the fertility family. If you want to just drop some knowledge on us, we'll be like, oh, the doctors dropped some knowledge.
Yep, yep. And I like to thank everybody for honoring me to be in their lives so that I can share some of the knowledge and the wisdom that I've learned to help you to produce a healthy body, to reproduce even a healthier body.
All right, fabulous. And we'll see you next time.
Okay, you too. Have a good one.
You too. All right, folks. So we have come to the conclusion of the fertility family for today. Just as we wrap up, a couple of things for me to share with you. If you're watching the fertility family today, and you're not yet a member, here's the thing I want you to know. The fertility family is here to help you succeed. The whole reason that we have created this is that we want you to have a healthy, happy conception and birth and pregnancy. And the way we can do that is by making sure that both mom and dad are as healthy as possible. Healthy people have healthy babies for the most part. And that means healthy down to the cellular level. Sometimes we can look great, but internally things can be amiss. And so that's why things like the hair analysis is one of those places to get started. We talk about having a checkup. You can go to the doctor, but a lot of times our doctors, check for kind of obvious signs. But looking at things like the hair analysis, that gives us some really detailed information. And working with a holistic wellness team can give you many different approaches. One of the things, in our text, because of course we're reading the naturopathic approach to fertility as our reference text, and the sections that we're reading for this month, one of the things we talk about are the emotional causes of infertility. And so people are like, oh, but this is we're talking about, having a baby. Why are we discussing my mental health? Well, one of the things that could be a block to you conceiving and carrying can be mental. And so one of the things that Dr. Jaleesa shares with us in the book are some practices that you can take on to release some things, because having unforgiveness or resentment or different things in your heart and in your body can get in the way. As well as I'm looking for the where we are in the text. So I'm going to make sure you're reading the next three sections in the text. I'm trying to go to my table of contents just so that I can read them off to you, because we have the reason why, let me explain. So say this. So we want you to join the family. Once you get inside the group, there are a lot more resources available to you. Like I said, the healthy, happy pregnancy checklist. We've got foods that make you fertile. We've got something skipping my mind right now, but that's okay. But lots of resources. The resources for people who are considering using a sperm donor. So continue to bring information available to you. You guys, next week is what I was going into. We've got Dr. Jaleesa Hernandez with us. She's the author of The Naturopathic Approach to Fertility. So far, she'll tell you she's a 100% success rate. That's amazing. That's amazing. Most fertility clinics, maybe 20%. They charge you a lot more money than what we're talking about spending a hair analysis test for less than $150, plus you're getting a 15% discount. Come on, that's a win. What doctor's office can you go to and get a hair analysis for that kind of money? So next, so the sections that we're reading in the text, though, are how your thoughts and emotions impact fertility. Hormonal imbalances can interfere and even prevent conception. And then how circulation problems impact fertility. So those are the three sections we're currently reading in the text. So you want to have those ready and have read them, because on Wednesday, next week, we will have Dr. Jaleesa with us live. In the meantime, inside the group, I'll put the information about how to reach Dr. Jenkins, as well as some of the supplements he was talking about. If you're interested in purchasing them, we'll have those listed in the group as well. So you can, of course, make the purchase, and we'd love to have you support our practitioners. We want to support the people who are spending their time with you every week. So make sure you pick up Dr. Jaleesa's book, and support, because they want to hear you. They're here to help, and of course, but they're in business to make money. So I look forward to having you guys with us. I will see you guys next week. This has been. This has been the Fertility Family Live. This is Kania Kennedy. Until the next time, be well, stay fabulous, and know that if you put yourself in the right frame of mind and you create the right environment, your heart's desire of having a happy, healthy baby can be fulfilled. And we're more than happy to be a part of your success. Bye-bye.